Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to share my thoughts about the news that was dropped on the 26th of March about the next era for Stunlock Studios. I'll give you a brief summary of the information that they shared. So firstly, there's no V-Rising 1.2 update. Stunlock Studios claims that the game is in a complete state. The game will remain supported via balance patches and bug fixes, supposedly holding regular community polls to monitor the game's health. Next, the servers will no longer rely on wiping due to game-breaking updates. There will be no official mod support being added due to technical limitations in the game's current architecture. Beyond this, they announced that Stunlock Studios is developing a new project within the V-Rising Gothic universe. They claim that it's going to be more ambitious than V-Rising has been and aims to move past the technical limitations of the original V-Rising engine. They state that currently they will be going into the quiet development phase, but will periodically share more news from time to time. I will start off with probably an important aspect of my YouTube channel. What is the plan going forwards? Well, I'm not planning on leaving the game for as long as the game remains alive. That means PvP servers with active player base rotating each wipe, potentially new servers popping up from time to time, like they currently have been. There's a generally good community that still plays the game, and I fully intend on living out the game for as long as I possibly can. There's no game that I have come across that gives me the same adrenaline and drive to continue playing like this one. So my thoughts on the announcement. I am rather disappointed in the news, as I don't believe the game is in a complete state as it currently is. There are many problems and things that I wanted to see evolve, and now it seems that the game will be locked in its current state forever, outside of the balance changes that might occur. So some of the issues that I want to point out. So firstly, endgame content is lacking beyond the first few rifts that you clear and fight over. Next, raiding generally is not that fun, in my personal opinion. The soul shard system is, in my opinion, in the worst state possible that the game has seen. People use them solely as decorations on the map for a status symbol instead of actually being used in the open world. The base loot management is quite poor and deserved at least an auto stash feature or auto distribution chest. This primarily applies to official servers where you don't have the mod support in order to incorporate something like Kindred logistics to automate your base or have the stash feature automatically there. There is no 6th soul shard, which is a frost one, and the players cap out at level 91 instead of hitting a good number like 100. Therefore, in my opinion, the game is not technically complete. Servers and game performance issues, primarily through memory leak, requiring frequent restarts, especially in raids, and servers being quite oftenly DDoS attacked. And lastly, the cheating within the game is out of control, literally. There is nothing to prevent players from using cheats other than private server admins enforcing a ban once a player has enough proof of being a cheater. Outside of these issues, I believe the game is overall in a good state for both PvE and PvP play. It's an incredibly fun game with a huge skill ceiling to flex your gaming muscles, and it's a very rewarding PvP experience all the way throughout. I hope that whatever Stunlock Studios creates as their next game, they won't lose the focus on the fact that they have created possibly the best PvP experience that has ever existed in the world of gaming. As a last section of this video, I wanted to go over some of the balance changes that I believe need to be made for the game to feel more balanced and fun regarding PvP. Bear in mind, these are my opinions based on the way that I play, and the things that I have personally taken note of. Your opinions may differ, and that's completely fine. Use the poll that has been posted on the developer update to express those opinions directly to Stunlock Studios. So, firstly, Corrupt Blood as a secondary is currently the most versatile and most abusable blood that exists. This is because regardless of whether a player intends to avoid hitting a counter or defensive spell, the player abusing this blood is most of the time going to freely proc the counter due to banshees that are repeatedly spawning. It is also releasing players from CC chains far too easily through the blobs that explode under the player. Wisp Dance and Blood Beam are the strongest ultimates in the game currently, and playing anything that buffs the damage makes them absolutely absurd. Certain spells are in an unhealthy, overpowered state for PvP currently, namely Arctic Storm, Wraith Spear, Frostbat, Veil of Chaos, and Cyclone. Alongside this, other spells remain in an unplayable state for PvP, namely Carrion Swarm, Reign of Chaos, Corrupted Skull, and Death Knight. I want to thank Stunlock Studios for creating a game that I've been able to pour so many of my hours into and continue to find enjoyment solely for the fact that the design of this game is so smooth and enjoyable. I hope that some of these things are considered for the last minute changes so that the game as a whole is in a healthier state long term. So, I will see you next time in Vardoran.